fantastic. This is GT racing right now.
He's got traction, he's got rhythm, both of them! Maloney!
Oh, he's taken Anderson! Anderson's up to
Oh my God! Big crash! Oh my goodness, half the field's gonna get rolled!
Six very close. These guys are going to want to make their way through the field very quickly. This is it! This is over! I can't believe this! Oh my God!
God, what?
This is iRacing, the world's premier online racing game. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat to experience today's newest form of competitive motorsport, virtual racing, all from your home PC. Race virtually in indoor series from NASCAR, IndyCar, IMSA, the World of Outlaws, Aussie Supercars and more. Take on legendary circuits like Daytona, Silverstone and the Nürburgring. Join iRacing's global online racing community and get on track today at iRacing.com.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Round 9 of the V8 Supercar America Series right here on Sim Speed. My name is JD Smith. With me this evening is Kane Kraft, and we're bringing you guys Week 9 action, and it's coming to you from Wisconsin up here at Road America. A fun track. Looking forward to it tonight. Kane, how are you?
Good. Love this track. It is not Interlagos. We did tell you last week that we'd be at Interlagos this week. Nope, we're here at Road America, and one of my favorite tracks to drive on, but also really fun to watch races here. So I think we're in for a pretty fun week.
Boy, 4 miles a lap here at Road America. We saw NASCAR have a huge time here on the 4th of July this past year in the real world racing, and I think that after seeing those heavy stock cars have an amazing race around this circuit, I think we're going to see the same thing here today with the V8 Supercars. So look for a fun race tonight. I think it's going to be a great week and a bunch of high tense action, and I'm looking forward to it. Qualifying is getting ready to go underway. Let's take a little look here of our track here, Road America. Looking at it, 85 miles for tonight's race distance. As we look at the pit window tonight, it is going to be between laps 7 and 14. With that 4 mile distance in lap times, we're seeing a little bit less lap times tonight, or less laps than typical race, so look for that tonight. 7 and 14 your pit window.
On screen you see the estimated points here for the championship. Jay tried to figure out what our championship points are looking like, and this is our points after 8 rounds of the V8, after last week of the V8 Supercars America Series, just straight up how they would be. And if you look at the screen and you think, I don't understand how that could be from what we've seen, well, here Jay's figured with the drop rounds, and that kind of, if you take the 4 rounds where the drivers scored the lowest amount of points, remove those, then you get a little better picture of what the points look like here, and that puts Corey Shepard up into that number 1 spot, and Kenneth Latter in 2nd, Brian Borg 3rd, Thomas Freeman in 4th, and Rian Leonage rounds out the top 5. Tony Klusterman, we haven't seen a whole lot on the Friday nights this season. but he races on the Thursday night show, and that shows you that those Thursday night shows can produce quite a bit of points.
Oh, absolutely. Just because the I rating is, or you think it would be a lot lower, but it's not. It still does a great job. If you perform well, it does well on the point sheet.
Yeah, that's right. There's 2 races ran each week, and the points will take your highest scored points. So if you finish out of the top 10 every week in the Friday night race, but you finish up in the top on that Thursday night race, you can be right up there at the top of the points. And it shows with a couple of those drivers. Like Kenneth Latter has had a good season here on the Friday night shows, but we haven't seen him in second place a whole lot, just a couple times. But he's been very, very good on those Thursday night shows, and it's really done great for his points.
Yeah, it does wonders, and we'll see tonight, of course, with that being a higher I rating race tonight. Hopefully it does a great job for these fellas.
Yeah, we see a couple drivers we ain't seen for a while. I'm pretty sure I just seen Brian Borg. We haven't seen Brian Borg for several weeks, so good to see Brian Borg back. He's doing quite well in the championship from his runs on the other nights, and but even though we haven't seen him here in the series, he's still doing quite well in the points. So while we got a minute, we're watching Logan Barnett here on the screen. I'm just going to take a second while we're waiting on JD to come back here and explain to you what the V8 Supercars Americas is. I try to do this a couple times each season, just in case somebody's watching and they may be interested in driving with us here in the V8 Supercars Americas series. What the V8 Supercars Americas series is, it's just the iRacing official race on a Friday nights is what we're broadcasting here. They race on Thursday nights and Friday night, the strength of field race, which is 8:15 Central, 9:15 Eastern here in the States, 2:15 GMT, and basically it's just the official iRacing race, and the America Series. Mike, who runs the America Series, or I guess you'd use the word runs, he calculates points based on the Thursday and Friday race, and that's just it. They just kind of gather. It's just more like a club, the people that get together and race each week and have this little championship here in the strength of field servers.
Fantastic, and with just over a minute left in qualifying, it is Corey Shepard on top of the charts with a 205.9, and he's got some guys right on his heels with Anderson, Latter, Borg in the picture. Looking at Sean McNamara right now, he's trying to put his lap time down. Would love to get up there in one of the front rows and try to make things start or get off to a good start here at Road America.
Yeah, it looks like about everyone has finished but Sean McNamara. I think he'll have enough time to get this lap in and see where he can. Looks like he's off track there, and that's going to wrap up qualifying.
All right, so qualifying is going to get wrapped up here, and as soon as we're able to, we'll get you guys a good look at tonight's starting grid. Looking at Robbie Bradbury on screen in that lovely KFC livery. All right, so with that, let's take a look at tonight's starting lineup for this race. And you saw a moment ago, Corey Shepard is going to get that pole with the 205.9. Outside of that row will be Josh Anderson. Moving back to row 2, it's going to be Kenneth Latter with Brian Borg to the outside. Moving back to row 3, it'll be Troy McGuire and Sean McNamara. As we look back to the 4th row tonight, it'll be Sebastian Tixier with Dylan O'Shea. on the outside. Row 5 will be Logan Barnett with Michael Whiting outside. Row 6 will consist of Jamie Dyke with James Chastanoff. As we look back to 7th row tonight, it'll be Thomas Freeman and Vincent Skilbeck. Row 8 will be Matthew Brunt with Sho Kanatake in the outside. Row 9 tonight will be David Coleman and Robbie Bradbury. And as we look back to the 10th row and final row tonight, it is Renato Prestigo and P. Lee. That is your lineup for tonight's Round 9 action from Road America, and I am looking forward to this amazing start. Thank you guys so much for bearing with me through tonight's intro. I had a little guest with me tonight, and she is off to bed, so ready for great racing action, and just in time as we are getting ready for the lights to go up here. Revs for the engines, and let's get a great race underway. Looking forward to this one tonight, Kane, and we are seconds away from getting the signal.
Yeah, it's going to be a good one. Looks like Joshua Anderson's time was so close to Corey Shepard's that we could see a great battle here for the lead of this race.
And that's it. Revs are up as we get ready to go racing round 9 of the V8 America Series. We are just about there as it is time. Let's go racing in Road America.
Ooh, a rough start there for Joshua Anderson. He's getting overtaken right off the get-go.
Look at the battle for P2. He went right up the middle. Number 3 is going to take that one. That was a big-time start early. He went right up the middle, tried to make it work, and he did. He moved up just a little bit. That was a wonderful job there from the number 3 car of Brian Borg in his Racecraft Mustang, and now he'll be just on the heels of Kenneth Latter. More guys trying to file in behind him as everybody trying to find their spot early in this one.
Yeah, so a rough start for Joshua Anderson. He'll fall all the way back to 4th. But Kenneth Latter and Brian Borg, an excellent start. We got somebody off the track going way wide into the turn there, and they're not coming back on.
No, that was a rough wide. We'll see if we can get another look at that on the replay in just a moment. But
that was Sean McNamara.
Yeah, I do believe that is correct, Kane. Shane McNamara just got over there in the sand, and like you said, he just seemed to stay over there, finally got back over, but definitely going to be tough for him to make a lot of that back up.
Yeah, all the way to last place, so that is going to be tough, but he is making one spot back right now, passing Renato Pastiago. That's going to move him back up into the 19th position.
Boy, good look right now. Just a moment ago of that off track from the Racecraft Commodore moments ago as we get back live. Great footage there from that off track. Boy, the guy's keeping it real tight, real close in this one. Lots of speed here at Road America. Love this track. I thought maybe we would see some really good racing here tonight with what we saw with real-world NASCAR racing. It's not the same, but it is similar. And we are seeing a little bit of some similarities here tonight. Look at this. Down on the outside, or down the straightaway, we're going to see a car go to the outside on your screen. And let's see if he's able to make the pass. He's got it, but I don't think he has the momentum he's going to need. No, he doesn't. He'll think better of it and tuck in. That is the fishy machine of Mr. Whiting there. I like the chance there. He's still in a good position where Michael Whiting could try to get around Dylan O'Shea here, and he's staying right there with him. But I like the opportunity. He put himself in a good opportunity. Just at the end of the day, did not have the momentum. He's going to try it again, Kane. He's going to see. He's going to have the inside this time. I think he might have this pass.
Yep.
Contact. Light contact. I was showing maybe a little bit of some connectivity issues there from Dylan O'Shea on my end. It may not be on the broadcast end, but hopefully that is not the case. And this is going to be continued door-to-door action. This is going to continue to fight for position. O'Shea not going to let this go easily. He's going to hang in there, and he's in danger of losing not one but two positions because here comes another one of the fishy cars behind him. and that's going to be hard to hang on to. Let's see if he can. Yeah, he is going to hold on. Good job there from Dylan O'Shea in the number 7 in-cost Mustang. He was able to hold that. It was in danger of losing 2 spots there and able to hang on.
James Chastanoff in danger back behind those guys. He has got Thomas Freeman all over the bumper, and it's looking like Chastanoff's having a hard time holding on to that spot.
Vincent Skillbeck going to lose a position right now as well. Oh, man, a double cross. He's coming back over. Skillbeck going to try to make another pass. He lost the position, gets back outside. Let's see if he can get it back. He does. The Willie Benz Commodore gets it back. He had lost the position and did a wonderful crossover to regain the position. And I don't know what happened to the Willie Benz Commodore earlier, but I do see some damage on the driver's side of the Commodore, and it looks to be just fine, though, as he looks fast after retaking that position.
A lot of action back there in the mid-pack, but while that was going on, Jay did manage to catch Joshua Anderson passing Brian Borg and retaking that number 3rd spot. And now Anderson all over the bumper of 2nd place Kenneth Latter. We got a battle for 2nd place.
Yeah, while that was going on as well, Bradbury and member Sean McNamara with the off-track earlier, there were going at it just as well. So really all the way through this track, we have tons of passing opportunities, passes, and battles. They are really going at it early in this one, and we are already on lap number 3 with a lot of race left.
And Jay's got to go split screen because we've got too many battles on the screen to show.
Oh, it's just outstanding racing all over this place, and it's going to continue. Looks like till the end. This is going to go down to the wire tonight. Everybody fighting for position, and it's not just one spot or other. It is literally from the top all the way to the end of this field. And look at this 3-car pack right here. This is fun. This is the 3-car battle between McGuire, Tichier, and Barnett. And they are not disappointing. Right now, McGuire doing everything he can in the number 19 car to hold these guys back.
All right, so Joshua Anderson has got around Kenneth Latter and taken that 2nd spot. Now to see if he can put his head down and catch up to Corey Shepard, who has pulled away by over 2.5 seconds.
Fantastic. Starting to get a few little pods of cars throughout the track, and they seem to be in either packs of 2 or 3s. Sean McNamara has gained a few positions from falling back earlier as he looks to be up to 15th now. I know at one time I saw him as low as 17th, and he's got his sights set on Vincent Skillbeck and Matthew Brunt. So we'll keep an eye on those guys. Here goes a move on the outside of Chastanoff. Let's see if that can happen. Who's going to get it? Thomas Freeman down on the inside. I think he's got that one as Chastanoff has to go quite wide on exit here. They're going to go door to door. Let's see if Chastanoff can get it back. Oh, he got on the brakes a little bit earlier, and Freeman was able to hold it just a tad bit longer, and that may be all he needs to take the position permanently, but they're not done. Down the long straightaway here at this long straight here at Road America. This is going to be an extremely race. They're going to be playing chicken for the braking marker, and it looks like Chastanoff's going to have the inside advantage for this turn and the next, and that may be what he needs. No, Freeman may make this outside work. He's going to have this inside the next turn, and I think he's got just where he needs to be. He does. Beautiful job by the number 10 Racecraft Mustang of Thomas Freeman. Raced it Chastity beautifully there and now has the position.
Looks like Robbie Bradbury just behind those guys looking to get a move done as well. And he's going to pass the fishy machine.
The fishy wishy.
Yeah.
Man, I tell you, Matthew Brunt has got his hands full of Sean McNamara. Sean has continued to work his way back up through the field, and I knew it would be fun to watch the Racecraft Commodore fight back after that off track we saw early in the race. And already, here he goes.
At the front. Joshua Anderson, something happened. He's off track and now back to 3rd. Jay's going to have to get us a replay on that one.
While that was going on, McNamara did get the pass, and he is flying. He is going to be, you're going to be seeing him up near the front in several laps time. But let's take a look at that replay. While that replay is getting loaded, you can see the gap between leader Corey Shepard and the rest of the field. It's not that pronounced as we've seen in weeks past. Here we have the replay on your right.
It looks like just a lockup there from Anderson, and boy, that was costly. Yeah, it cost him 2 spots there. 2 spots that he was able to already make up once. So there's plenty of laps left. We'll have to keep an eye on Josh as he has to do all that work over again.
And with so much action on the track, we have not had any time to think about the pit window opening, but it will be doing so in about a lap and a half's time. And another look at that replay there on the right side of your screen as we click back live. Boy, just a wonderful start to round 9 here in the Americas Series here at Road America. Thank you guys for joining us tonight. And we are happy that you are here. Leave us a like or a thumbs up, whatever you want to do, a comment, and on YouTube. We'll be checking them out. I'll try to keep an eye if I can get a break. We got this action. It's just action-packed. Sean McNamara on the back of James Chastanoff off track there, close to an off track there. In front, Chastity going to regain his position he lost if he can get some grip. He's got the outside. Let's see if he can get it around this carousel. I don't know. They're going to go door to door, and I think McNamara is going to try to follow the faster car. Let's see who he decides to follow. Unfortunately, they're going to get back in single file as we get to the latter part of this lap. And here you see McNamara. He's going to go behind Chastity here to take the inside. That could be bad for Thomas Freeman. He could lose this position from McNamara. Both racecraft vehicles hanging in there, and really Thomas Freeman doing a really good job to hang on. McNamara's going to have a really good opportunity as they go to the final turn down the front stretch here at Road America. This is it right here. Let's see if he can get in the slipstream and make something happen. I noticed while these guys are battling out, if you look, Vincent Skillback has let himself catch back up. He had fallen back from these guys a little bit earlier, and he's starting to inch his way back forward. And it looks like McNamara had thought about poking out there to get some air, but decided to stay tucked in for now.
Speaking of catching back up, Joshua Anderson has caught back up to that, has passed Brian Borg and has caught up to Kenneth Latter and is working the back bumper at Kenneth Latter. He's going to the inside, going to put the move on Kenneth Latter. That position is his.
Oh, beautifully done from the Parenzo Commodore. Wait a minute, we could see a... No, not going to have enough momentum. I thought we might see Kenneth Latter try to get a second chance there to regain that position.
You know, I think he kind of backed off and let him go. I think Kenneth Latter knew that Anderson was faster and was just kind of waiting for him to get going and get around him completely. Because I think if he would have just stayed on it, they would have ended up side by side.
Well, I think you're right. I noticed a minute ago when we saw the battle earlier when we saw Vincent Skillback and I believe it was Thomas Freeman at the time. That's incorrect. I can't remember at the time, but they went back and forth twice, and I thought we were going to see that there. But unfortunately for Kenneth Latter, he's going to have to be patient.
All right, so 5.3 seconds is the gap from the leader back to Joshua Anderson in second place. We'll just have to keep an eye and see if Anderson can narrow down that gap with the time he's got left. Still early in the race.
Man, fantastic racing through this one. Pit window, might as well say it's open. We are on lap 7, so we'll see if there's any early takers want to go ahead and get that pit stop out of the way, especially if you're in a heavy group right now and you're really dealing with some traffic like we're seeing with some of these pods of cars. It might be a good idea, even though it's a little earlier in the window, maybe think about jumping out. Look at Skillback. He's going to make a move for that pass. Well done. Gets around Brunt there to jump up a spot. And Vincent Skilbeck is going to try to get back up there and dance with Sean McNamara. Got a good look at our leader right there in the Mr. Antenna Ford Mustang. That is Corey Shepard, not only your race leader, but he is the point leader currently in this series.
Also a good view of exactly how far ahead he is of the second place car.
Yeah,
Quite a ways.
This camera view is great to see the field. Look at this down on the inside. That's Thomas Freeman going to make a move around James Chastanoff in the Emu machine. And that's going to stick. So a great job there from Thomas Freeman. We've seen several ups and downs with Thomas Freeman tonight. He's had a really good race, and he's staying patient, and he has got himself back up in front of James Chastanoff. Sean McNamara.
I thought we seen him pass Chastanoff a couple laps ago.
They've been going back and forth, Kane. It's been really fun watching these guys, and with Sean McNamara in the mix, Sean has kind of held up here. He can't seem to get around both guys, and with both of these fellas dancing, it's kind of letting the field hang in there. And I don't want to make it sound like McNamara is that much faster than these guys, because he's not, or he'd be able to jump right around them. It's just a really good racing, but as you see two cars start battling, the third typically starts to ride away, and we're starting to see that with Thomas Freeman a little bit here.
Yeah, he is starting to pull away just a little bit.
But I do think that's just he's stronger in this side of the track, because watch what happens when we get to the far side of the track is we'll see the roles reverse. So it's really like you're seeing some guys stronger at some side of the track and then the other. And when you have a 4-mile circuit, that is very possible to happen. And I think Sean McNamara has got his sights, on pit road. I am corrected. He heads down pit road. So an early taker for the Racecraft Commodore as he heads down to take his pit stop. He'll be looking for a pit stall and keeping those speeds down where they need to be. Don't want to get stuck with a penalty. It is nasty here if you get caught with a pit penalty. It is anywhere, but it really is here.
Yeah, Matthew Brunt joining him down pit lane. Those were the
Look
only
at
takers.
this. We're going to go 3 wide if we get the chance, Kane. This is fantastic. Look at this aerial shot here. That is P2 we're fighting for down there. Look at how close we are. Door handles pretty much touching there through the turn. And we got a Racecraft car here on the inside. Let's see if he can make that stick. The number 3 machine, let's see. Wow, there's contact. He's off track into the grass. Not good. And Kenneth Latter beautifully saves that. That could have been really, really bad. And he gets back on track, and he's got his hands full. More contact. And there's a big one. There's going to be a car turned around in his Racecraft car off track. That's Sebastian Tixier, who gets caught up in the incident. Unfortunately, a great job to get the car back going, but that is very unfortunate for Tixier. And now you see right now Kenneth Latter back here. So unfortunate. We'll have to take another look at that when we get a second. Boy, that happened fast.
Yeah, it did. More bad luck there for Sebastian Tixier. Finds himself back in the 12th spot.
Yeah, and I feel like he was an innocent bystander in that. I mean, as always, I like to take another look just because it happened very fast. But when you got guys this tight, I mean, you basically have 4 cars. You got 2 going door to door right here. And down on the inside, we see he really didn't give him the room he needed. And we saw Latter go off track. And when he rejoined the track, I guess he wasn't carrying enough speed. So you see these guys trying to go up beside him. No room. Contact is made. And off Sebastian goes. So unfortunate.
Yeah, side-by-side battles continue.
Man, I mean, this is insane, guys. We have seen so much door-to-door racing here. This is going to be incredible. Could we go 3 wide? I doubt it, but boy, it looked like we might for just a minute. Got 2 fishy cars, and they might just team up here. Down
Freeman and Skilbeck is in the pits.
Down this long straightaway. Yeah, we need to keep an eye on pit road and see who's pit and who's not. Look at this. So tight. So tight. And they will single file out. Look behind them, guys. This is James Chastanoff battling his heart out for position. He has the inside, and he'll get on the front of that Racecraft number 9 Mustang. beautiful job there from James Chastanoff in the Emu Mustang. That was close. Good racing from both these gentlemen. I mean, it's everywhere you look. There is fantastic racing all over this track.
So Shepard or Josh Anderson has ended up with that second place spot where that big battle was between him and Borg and Kenneth Latter. You know, after all that action, Joshua Anderson has ended up in that second spot and has pulled away from about everybody. That leaves Troy McGuire in the third spot, Brian Borg in fourth, Logan Barnett in fifth, Kenneth Latter down in sixth. So it's really shaken up that top part of the field.
There's good view of the Mr. Antenna Mustang. That is your race leader, Corey Shepard. And let's try to get a look at the distance between him and P2. It's hard to get in certain situations. But there you see second place right there. 8-second differential there between him and Anderson.
Well, I was just thinking, you know, Anderson had started to pull away from those guys. And we'd seen earlier in the night Anderson have that lockup that really drifted him wide. He must have had another one to end up back there with Borg and Latter that caused all that kerfluffle.
Had to.
So we got four more in the pit lane. James Chestnut, Robbie Bradbury, and Peely and Pastiago. So just letting you know, because you just want to keep track of all that.
That's it. That's exactly where my eyes were on, was pit road. And we see all these guys getting in, making their changes. James Chastanoff away. And looks like Robbie Bradbury and Peely away as well. Let's see when they rejoin track. And as always, they're getting Chastanoff getting back in with some traffic here. And he's able to fall in between Thomas Freeman and Matthew Brunt. So he's able to get back there and okay. Now he's got fresh tires on the Emu Mustang. Let's see if he can get up there and give Thomas Freeman a run. He will. He's going to go straight beside him, door to door here down this long stretch here. And the windy run. You can see the old DRS signs for when you have some open wheel racing going on here. And this is going to be a good one. Thomas Freeman will actually have the advantage going into this turn. And I see what Chastity doing there. He's trying to get him on the exit. Could not do it. Let's see if he can do it on this next turn. He has to get the inside, and he doesn't. And if he had the inside going into this turn, he might have could have had that pass. But Thomas Freeman just too fast. And that is good racing from both these gentlemen.
Continuing. These guys have just been battling all race long.
Yeah, this is fun. Those guys are out there having a blast right now. When you get out there and you are just fighting for position all race long, here it is, lap 10, and you feel like the green flag just dropped because it is flying by. They say time flies when you're having fun. Well, these guys are definitely having fun. And whoa, really wide there from Thomas Freeman. Actually got a tire off into the grass there. That shows you how hard these guys are pushing right now. And Chastanoff's going to capitalize on that as he's able to move down to the inside. They're going to go door to door. And let's see if Chastanoff can make it happen. He really wants this. He's going to try everything he's got. These guys are pushing as hard as they can. Really dragging it out. And Chastanoff comes across, but that may have been a mistake. He went a little too aggressive, and now that's going to be a problem as they go back and forth. Contact made between the two, and Chastanoff's going to make a run. It's a drag down to the start-finish line. Look at that. Imagine if that was your last lap. Thomas Anderson would have got it, but there's cars pushing from the rear of back of James Chastanoff. We got all kinds of
bump drafting going on.
Yeah, man, this is Talladega. My goodness, contact between these two again, light contact. And Thomas Freeman, James Chastanoff getting pushed by Matthew Brunt and Vincent Skillback there, just waiting for these two to get into it so he can pounce. And this is great.
Side-to-side contact there again between those two. What an exciting race.
They have been a complete lap door to door, and we're going to go do it 2 rows back as right now you have Chastanoff and Freeman. Behind, here comes Skillback. He's going to push. It's going to put him to the outside, though. It's going to be close. Wow, that was insane close as Thomas Freeman slid in there. You couldn't have fit a piece of paper between those cars. and this is going to continue. We were side by side between Thomas Freeman and James Chastano for almost a complete lap, and they are continuing. Yes, and this is the halfway point, so just woof.
Yeah, Corey Shepard now entering pit lane, the race leader. A couple laps ago, most everyone else entered. Brian Borg and Sebastian Tixier and several others entered. Kenneth Latter, all those top runners entered just a couple laps ago.
Man, who has time for pit stops when there's racing like this going on out here? This is just fun.
Except for Josh Anderson. I should mention that Josh Anderson has stayed out and is the current race leader, but of course he hasn't pitted yet.
Right. Fantastic, boys. Fantastic. Once again, if you guys are watching us out there on YouTube, thank you so much. If you're not, and maybe we should share the video, let's get some guys out there because this deserves to be watched. This is really phenomenal racing.
Let us know who you're rooting for in the YouTube.
Yeah, Los
channel.
Leonich in the chat, thanks for joining us. Daryl Waters, thanks for joining us as well in the YouTube chat.
Wonder where Leonich is tonight. No Leonich in the race. Anderson
Wow.
out in front, hasn't pit yet, hoping to get a couple good laps out there in clean air, maybe break some of that time down between him and Corey Shepard.
Sean
Three-car
McNamara down on the outside. He's trying to get around, let's see, Dylan O'Shea. I'm sorry, my apologies. Sean McNamara was trying to get around Dylan O'Shea and then Michael Whiting up there as well. That is a 3-car battle between these gentlemen. And it looks like Sean McNamara lost 2 positions. And I don't quote me on that, but I believe that's what I have seen looking at my numbers. But I think something happened that Sean McNamara fell from Dylan O'Shea and Michael Whiting.
Anderson is entering the pits now, and that's going to clean most of the top runners anyway. David Coleman is still out on track. I don't think he's pit yet. But other than that, the top of the field has been cleared, and we should have a good idea of the running order.
Yes, and I something that's been brought to my attention, well, in my own head, is that watching James Chastanoff and this grouping, let's just say this grouping right here, with Thomas Freeman, Vincent Skillbeck, and Matthew Brunt, is these guys have been pushing for laps and laps now. Even they just had fresh tires put on a moment ago. How hard have they been pushing? Are they going to have anything left for the end of this thing? We still have a lot of racing left to go in this bad boy. And when you're pushing that hard, you know as well as I do, Kane, you give it all too early, you have nothing there for later in the race. But if you both do it, and here we go again. Here comes, here he goes down to the inside. That is, that is Thomas Freeman. You think I wouldn't forget after what we've seen, big contact. Oh boy, Chastity off over into the grass, and they continue to go at it. This is insane. I feel like I'm watching old Rivalry Week or something. This is incredible. If they didn't have a rivalry before this race, they will after this, and it's a good one. This is fun. Here he comes. He's going to push everything he has. It's this long straightaway. It is incredible, and they're going to play chicken again on the braking marker. And who's going to get it? Chastanoff looks to have it for now.
Skillbeck coming into the mix.
Yeah, Skillbeck is right there, but if I'm Skillbeck, I'm waiting back. These guys have made contact several times. They're giving it their all. I'm just sitting back and waiting to pounce. Good move there from Thomas Freeman. He really made a good turn in there and got what he needed, but it's not over. Here comes Chastanoff again. They're not letting up. These guys look like they feel extremely comfortable here. Boy, they got me going, don't they?
Yeah, it's been a great race. It's been a fun one to watch.
It really has, and you know, I hate to get tunnel vision. You start watching one part of the track, but it's just so entertaining. It's hard to look away because right now Dylan O'Shea, Michael Whiting, they're going at it. And, you know, that right there is for P9. And it's just, it continues all over this track. You go up a little bit further, Kenneth Latter, Logan Barnett. And then, of course, we had the race for P2 earlier. That was really intense. And Corey Shepard, who is your race leader, once we cycle through, of course, David Coleman still yet to pit, if I am correct there, Kane. So he definitely went for a late strategy there in the number 13 Fishy Commodore, and you got to think he's going to be popping in here pretty soon.
Well, we should call him out while we can. David Coleman, the leader of this race, here on lap 14. David Coleman is winning here at Road America.
That he is, and let's see if he pops down pit road here. I got a feeling he might do so. I mean, I could be wrong. We may be enjoying the lead, and, you know, I tell you one thing that's an advantage to anybody is he has no traffic around him right now, and as long as he feels his lap times are up to snuff, stay out if you feel like they're hanging. But the problem is the rest of the field has fresh tires. They're putting down monster lap times. So when it's too late, you want to get those tires on so you don't lose too much with old tires.
You know, we have seen that late strategy work before. I remember it working for Brian Borg, I think, late last season once, where he did a late strategy and then he had great tires at the finish of the race and ended up having a really great finish because of it. But,
and that is a good point, Kane, and it's very possible to do so. But the only, you know, especially with what we've seen with these guys pushing so hard coming out of pit road, we've seen guys really battle, and there it is. He does decide to go down pit road. So that is it. All pits are going to be completed, as when he pops out of pit road, all positions shall be true. And that takes your leader, Corey Shepard, is back to the lead, and we're where we need to be. So all your battles are where they are, and everybody is on pace.
6 laps left. So
Man,
we're getting down to the end of this thing. It's just flown by.
It has flown by like nobody's business.
I guess because it's just been so darn exciting. Back
It
where
has.
Sebastian Tixier is, we got a battle there between Sebastian Tixier, and he is right there with Sean McNamara and Dylan O'Shea doing a good job holding off those two guys. Pretty good battle back there. We got side-by-side again with Thomas Freeman
Man.
and James Fastenal.
Yeah, Chastity's shaking and baking, trying to keep this thing going. He is on the outside, and Thomas Freeman is going to go a little wide on exit, but it's just the way he wanted it. No problems. He's going to go side. They're going to step out again. James Chastanoff is going to continue to step outside, and I love it. Love what I'm seeing from both of these fellas. They are not giving up at all. Great aerial view there from the one and only Jay Kennedy, as he has kept us on top of the action all race long. I want to thank him for a job well done. And I also want to thank all of you for being here with us for this amazing race tonight. We thank you so much. Whether you know it or not, you're appreciated for being here. We really appreciate it. If it wasn't for you guys, we wouldn't be here. So thank y'all for coming to watch these amazing drivers and keeping the Americas series what it is. It's a growing series, and we love having it here with you guys. And with 7 laps to go in this thing, don't go anywhere. It is going to go down to the wire. And look at this. Let's go look at 4th and 5th. That battle is starting to heat up as well, as you're seeing Kenneth Latter on your screen there in the Simrigs Ford Mustang. And that could be an interesting one here shortly, as Kenneth Latter is starting to catch up to Logan Barnett. And that would be a fun battle if that gets underway. And with 6 laps remaining, that looks like that's going to be the case.
Battle still going on back there, Tixier has gotten around McNamara and gaining ground on Dylan O'Shea, who has caught up to Michael Whiting for that 8th spot.
Man, thank you guys again in the comments. And yeah, that's right. Rian Leonich not here tonight. Saying that did not get enough practice in this week, so had other commitments, and that is understandable. That's why they have 4 drop rounds.
After watching this race, I can see why you would want a little more practice. What a race this has been.
Yeah, and here's Kenneth Latter. We talked about it a moment ago, and he's here, guys. He has caught himself up, and he is going to look to pounce here in just a moment. Love when you get a good Ford Holden battle on your screen. Rip your manufacturer.
I gotta say, Kenneth Latter has been pretty reserved tonight. For as much action as has been in, and some contact that was made on him. That wasn't necessarily fault of his own. Just easy peasy right around Logan Barnett on that one.
Yeah,
he's just been driving so cool and collected tonight. I've really been impressed.
Yeah, we saw him in some light contact earlier, but other than that, he's been very focused, and it's showing, and he's having a good race.
Yeah, it's looked like he's let cars by in order to, not have, to limit his risk, and
racing smart.
Yeah, he's racing quite smart.
Boy, you can really tell the sun's starting to go down here at Road America. Hitting some of the trees, we're starting to get a lot more shade on the track, and sometimes that can increase grip, and these guys are going to need it with some of these guys blistering tires, really fighting for position. And like I said, that could be just what they need to keep these passes going, at least the battle attempts that we're seeing. And right now, this is a great one on your screen right now. This could potentially be a 3-4 car battle eventually. And these guys are going to have to start making things happen with 5 laps to go. The time is now. It is time to start push, which I could say that, but these guys have been racing full throttle the entire race. We're going to go take a look at the VRS replay here. As you guys can see coming down the front stretch here, you're looking at Sean McNamara. Remember, he was in an incident early in tonight's race, an off-track incident, and had to fight his way back. And now gets the back end. Look at that. Kept it on the track, though. That could have been really bad. He stepped it out there, had some trouble. And, man, the trouble continued there for McNamara.
Going back to the YouTube chat, we had a guy asking, had some questions in the YouTube chat. I just wanted to let him know that I believe that's one of Rian's parents that's in the chat, not Rian himself. And they may have left the chat, maybe why you're not getting a response from him.
That is true. We hope to see Rian back in the series next week. Sounds like he just took an off week this week. It's like we said with this series, an all official iRacing series, I believe, you get 4 drop rounds. So that is what he has elected to do tonight. And look at this right now, Kane. Dylan O'Shea's got his rear view mirror full. And I think we're going to have a passing opportunity, and that's what we're going to see right here as we head down into turn 1. Sebastian Tixier. Remember, he got caught up in an incident earlier as well. Started 7th, currently 10th, and with 4 laps to go, he wants to get one of those spots back. Right now, he's going to do so down on the inside. A beautiful pass. Will it stick, though? It's door-to-door banging and bumping all the way down the stretch here at Road America. And they're going to continue this battle, bumping, banging, and just really fighting.
Dylan O'Shea's got good position for the next turn. They're going to battle it on the brakes.
And it is Dylan O'Shea has it momentarily. Let's see. And it's going to be another passing opportunity. This time the roles are going to be reversed. And O'Shea going to be on the outside, but he'll be on the inside on the next turn, and he'll actually get it there on the outside. Beautiful job. Oh, no. Thought he was going to lose it there. This is incredible back and forth action. Man, this just produced some amazing racing. When's the next time we're coming back to Road America? Oh, my goodness.
It's such a contrast from last week where it was so hard to pass, and then this week passing is I don't want to say easy, but it's definitely possible.
A lot of opportunities. That's the thing. Hard to make it happen, but a lot of passing opportunities. And guys that are capitalizing on those opportunities obviously have the positions to show. And with 4 laps left in this one, Sebastian Tixier is not done with. Dylan O'Shea gets a little fishtailed there as he hit some dust. Went through the trap a little bit there, and that cost him a little bit of his advancement there. Boy,
this is the closest battle on the track, by the way. There's a couple others that are heating up a little bit, but this is the battle to be watching right now. All the others just a little bit further away and not quite at the same intensity as the Sebastian Tixier battle.
And the sun has completely gone over the treetops here at Road America as we have 3 laps left in this one here in week 9 of the America Series. There you can see some of that sunshine there on the right side on board with Sebastian Tixier as he continues to try to make his move around Dylan O'Shea, and this may continue all the way to the checkered. Really good footage there, as you can see on board with Sebastian, and back as we're going to go side by side again, and not going to be enough.
A little lock up there for Sebastian.
And Dylan O'Shea went in real deep there. I thought that might cause him a little trouble. It did not, because, like you said, Sebastian with his... But that lockup cost him a passing opportunity. 3 laps to go, and now I think we're starting to see some guys dealing with some of that grip loss, especially with all the battles and all the fighting we've been doing. It's hard to keep it going this long and still have the same grip you had, 5-6 laps ago. So I think some of the guys are really feeling that loss of grip. I've seen several of them out there getting squirrely.
Yeah, Skillbeck is almost at the point of being in danger from Matthew Brunt. Matthew's doing his very best to try to get up there and get one last position. Skillbeck holding him off so far.
That is a battle for 15th place, and I feel like these guys have fallen back. They were up so much higher earlier in the race, and look at this, back again, back to Dylan O'Shea. Contact made lightly, and saw him get a little bit loose there coming over the curb. Upset the rear of the car just a little bit, and you look at this great aerial helicopter view coming down the front stretch at 2 laps to go, meaning the white flag will be waving this time by, and some connectivity issues for Dylan O'Shea. I saw it earlier, wasn't sure if it was just me or not, but it looks like it's plaguing him again, and that is very scary when you have a race this close for both race cars. And look at this side by side, and this is a big move from Dylan O'Shea to get the spot back. They went back, forth, back again, and now we'll see if Sebastian will get him here using the slipstream down the long stretch.
We are on the last lap here, guys, so these guys are going to be trying everything they got this last lap.
Oh, it's okay. It is the last lap. I thought it was 2 to go. Okay, that is 2 to go. Okay. Kane, you have me thinking it was the last lap, buddy.
I just noticed our banner's wrong up at the top of the screen. Sorry about that, guys.
I see 2 laps to go on the broadcast. There's a good look right now at the Mr. Antenna Mustang. That is Corey Shepard, who has not been mentioned enough because he has been leading since the drop of the green flag, other than a short period where he was in his pit cycle. But really, he has really dominated here today, and a job well done as he gets ready to take the white flag here at Road America. There's the flag man, And we are on the final lap here at Road America. One more to go. Trouble as we got a car off into the barrier. That's Brian Borg in the number 3 Racecraft Mustang. Let's take a VRS replay look at this and find out what happened. Man, he was there on his own. Let's see what happened to the Racecraft Mustang here. Coming through. And here's a 90-degree turn and locked the brakes up. Is that what happened? Lost it. And
just slid it out and made contact with that
tire
side
barrier.
car. Yeah.
Very unfortunate. And here we go, guys, coming across here, taking the white flag. And Dylan O'Shea out there in front of Sebastian Tixier as that battle continues. Dylan O'Shea seems to have this under control. And a lot of racing left in this one. Here's another look at Grunt, on the back there of Brunt, not Grunt. Brunt on the back of Vincent Skilbeck. He would love to get up there and get P14. So one of the JK Signs machines fighting up there with the wheelie bins Commodore on the final lap here at Road America. Down the long stretch for the final time tonight. Beautiful sunset here. And he's starting to gain a little bit on him. I don't know if he's going to have enough, though.
Yeah, same thing's going on with that battle up ahead with Dylan O'Shea and Sebastian Tixier that we had watched for the last couple laps. Dylan O'Shea got a little ground and just started pulling away.
Yeah, and then I believe McNamara is up there as well. So, yeah, there you see Sean McNamara on screen as he's almost caught up to Sebastian. So, really good stuff going on. But let's take a look at our leader, Corey Shepard, as he makes the march up the hill to take Road America. A big victory for Corey Shepard. Beautifully done. Let's look at P2. It's Josh Anderson in the Trans-Tasmanian Racing. And that Commodore comes across in P2. There's one more step on that podium, and it's going to go to Troy McGuire. Beautiful job from Taipan Esports, and he will cross for the final step on the podium. Looking back, we have our rest of our top 5 and back coming across the front stretch here now. I feel like applauding all of these gentlemen. A really great job for the field as a whole. Beautiful performance tonight.
One driver, I think, was a lap down, but everyone finished.
Got a replay up on the screen right now. We're looking at Vincent Skilbeck and behind him, Brunt. Let's find out what happened. Look at this. He's going to look down on the inside. Got a little loose. Oh, no. Almost lost it completely, but look at this. Skilbeck got off. Oh, my goodness. That was crazy, and Skilbeck will lose 2 positions. Nope, just 1. And that was nuts. Wow. I'm so glad that Jay was able to bring this back on the replay. I missed this watching our front runners cross. Let's take a look at our final results for tonight's race. It is Shepard who takes the victory tonight, and a job well done. Josh Anderson will get P2, and the final spot on our step on the podium will go to Troy McGuire. Kenneth Latter will take 4th place with Logan Barnett 5th. Jamie Dyke will finish 6th with Michael Whiting in 7th. Brian Borg will take 8th, while Dylan O'Shea and then Sebastian Tixier will round out the top 10. Moving back to the second half of the field, it's Sean McNamara 11th. Thomas Freeman will take 12th. James Chastanoff will take 13th after that big battle between him and Freeman back and forth. 14th will go to David Coleman with Vincent Skilbeck taking 15th with Matthew Brunt in 16th. P. Lee will take 17th. Robbie Bradbury in the KFC machine will take 18th. Sho Kanatake will take 19th. And then Renato Pastigo will take lap 20. He was 5 laps down. Will take the final step. Let's take a look ahead to next week. And we will, before we do, let's just say how amazing this week was. It was absolutely unbelievable. An amazing race tonight. And it was just unbelievable. Next week will be round 10. We'll be coming to you live from Summit Point. It'll be at 9:15 Eastern time due to the time change for those of you that deal with time change. And thank you so much for those that joined us tonight. Kane, what are your thoughts on next week's race? And not only that, tonight's race.
Man, tonight's race is something I noticed right at the end. And I do want to give a little shout out to Matthew Brunt. This is an official race. And so whenever you, like we seen it in that replay where he locked up the brakes and he bumped into Skillbeck there, and they both kind of went off the track and got passed by somebody just a little ways up ahead. You seen Matthew Brunt redress the spot and give it back to Skillbeck. I just thought that was pretty awesome. There's no live stewards in this series. It's an official race, and there's no official rules that require you to redress positions or anything. But yeah, we still seen the redress there for that position, and I thought that was pretty cool. But what an exciting race tonight. So many battles, so much action. It couldn't even hardly catch a breath through the whole thing. That battle between Thomas Freeman and James Chasanoff that just went back and forth through the whole race.
Legendary.
That was awesome. So a great race here. Summit Point, that's kind of a track that's kind of similar to what we seen last week at Mid-Ohio. I think that might be another tough one.
Only time will tell. We'll be here next week at the same time. That's 9:15 Eastern Time, 8 Central in America. And that was amazing. Literally took my breath away. That was an amazing race. I feel like each week it just gets more and more and more intense. This week, by far the best race of the season, in my opinion. We've had some good ones. For those of you that joined us on Facebook or on YouTube tonight, we want to thank you for being there live with us. But if you're watching this at a later date, thank you so much for your support. And all we can ask, it takes 2 seconds if you just throw up there and like the video. It helps get these races out to more race fans, and that is what we want to do. It's a wonderful thing that we have going here, and we just want to share the love. Y'all have a wonderful week. Do things well. Have a good week. Be nice to everybody. Be sweet. And let's have a wonderful week. We'll be back next week from Summit Point. Y'all have a wonderful night.
This is fantastic. This is GT racing right now.
He's got traction. He's got rid of the outside of both of them. Maloney.
Oh, he's taking Anderson. Anderson's up to
Oh my God! Big crash! Oh my goodness! Half the field's gonna get involved.
Second very close. These guys are want to make their way through the field very quickly. Oh, here we go. Oh no! That's massive. This is it. This is over. I can't believe this. Oh my God.